guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm gonna give you a couple tips and tricks of getting this new Foxy eye trend that's been going on. I'm no expert, but I figured out some kind of tricks that I've seen across various videos and I just thought of like compiling onto them. First thing is obviously the only way to get Foxy eyes like forever and ever is to do like a surgery, like not surgery but like, you know, eyebrow lift and whatnot. So I'm just gonna give you the tips and tricks of how to make that possible in the free way and obviously the non-permanent way. So if you want to know how to get this Foxy eye trend look and the tips that I want to give you, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first tip that I'm going to give you is obviously, you know, the most obvious one would be to kind of like do a high ponytail or a high bun just like I did. You know, just doing a tight one can immediately lift your brows. As you can see, like the more I pull back, the more it's going to lift my brows. I did the most that I could because at the end of the day it hurts, you know, my head. It gives me headaches to do like really tight buns, or at the end of the day I think it could damage your hair in general because you're pulling it constantly. But it's just one tip. If you're gonna do it like in a very short amount of time and you want to like pull the most out of the look, then I think this would be a really good trick. Tip number 2, I think there's no complete Foxy eye without, you know, bronzing all over. I think that the way to get across a complete Foxy eye look would be to bronze your face all over, you know, give that natural way of doing it since you're going to use a lot of bronzer to get that form to your eyes. So that I think that would be the way to complete your look. So tip number 3 would be to use concealer to kind of carve out how you're gonna like line up your eyes. If you can see, I did a little video of this. I did it right now. I kind of put concealer at the end of my eye and I carved the way that I want to lift my eyes. Especially this is for hooded eyes. For us, it's really hard to get a lifted eye look if we're not really working our way through the form of our eyes. So that's a good trick that works a lot. Tip number 3, it's something that I didn't film but I've been doing. I did between last week and today is I trimmed my brows. I tend to take care of my brows myself. And what I did was I actually cut off the end tail of my brow. I'm not suggesting anyone to do this because I took a really big risk with this. I took my razor and I took my tweezers and I literally went through it. I kind of measured out how much I wanted to make it look as, you know, equal as possible. But what I did was I took the end tail to kind of like take it a little off after the arch of my brow, and I didn't let my brow, you know, go down to this way. It's typically here where my brow, like my natural brow, and so I shaved everything off until here. And what I did was, which is something else that I should have filmed but I didn't, I carved my brows a lot, like at the top and at the bottom, but especially here at the bottom, I made it so that it would make my brow, you know, keep going straight in a straight line rather than going down to the natural form of my brow. I very much pick it up so that it would look lifted, and also I ended up tweaking and tweezing a little more here so that it would look as straight as possible. I don't really regret it because 1, they can grow and I can just like let it be. And 2, I really like the form that it gives my eye. It makes it look, especially since I have very hooded eyes, it makes them look very much more lifted and, you know, alive than the usual folded way that my eyes look. So that was really, really nice. I'm gonna do the eyeshadow with you guys and then I'm gonna do the last trick, which is false lashes. And I've never done false lashes, so that's something that we have to go through with it together. Okay, so for this eye look, I'm going to use the Soft Glam palette because it's going to be very neutral, very, well, I don't know if neutral, very, no, most likely will be warm, but it's a lot of browns. And this is the perfect palette for, you know, a bunch of browns so you have them at hand. And I'm going to start actually with the end. Yeah, I'm going to take the shade Rustic and I'm going to actually carve my eye with this shade and I'm just going to blend it out and then we'll deepen it as we go. So as you can see, I'm not going to like the end of my eye, where if I would follow my eye, it would really go downwards, but like I'm going with the trace that I left from the concealer, and I'm just, you know, tracing that. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do with plenty of these colors. I'm going to take the shade Burnt Orange, Rustic, and Cypress Umber. If I get a little fun, I'm going to go into Sienna, but we'll see about that. I'm gonna actually go into the bronzer that I use for my face. Is the Hourglass. I want to kind of put this all over my face just because I want to blend in this bronzer with a face bronzer. Okay, so I did all the blending. As you can see, I did both eyes, and I love it. I mean, it looks very lifted, very much, you know, like the result we expected. So I'm gonna take my Kaja Trio in Orange Blossom, and I'm gonna actually take this taupey shade, and I'm just gonna take a little bit, you know, I don't want to make this a very flabbed up look. I just want to take a little bit, you know, where the lid and just pat in just a little of that awesome sparkle that they do have. And see, it's just a little more put together. I'm just gonna pat that in. I don't want anything crazy. I'm gonna actually put that a little over my lid so that it opens up my eyes more. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go crazy. I'm gonna actually take, I want to do my inner corner. I'm gonna take the shade Glistening from the same palette, and I'm just gonna put that on my inner corner. I think this is... So with the Foxy eye, you can always do, you know, like a liner and also bring it in. But since my nose is big and wide, it actually kind of bumps in with my eye. And if I do the liner that goes like into the eye, it kind of like goes into my nose, so I don't think it's very flattering for me. But if you want to do that, that's also a good tip. That also like makes it look very, very foxy as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my lashes on. So just to give you a little bit of like story behind my lashes, I tried doing lashes when I got into makeup like 2 years ago. I bought like, I don't know, I think Adele lashes, I don't know, some drugstore lashes, and I bought the glue, and it brought even this little lash holder, and it was a traumatic experience. Like, it didn't work out, and it was so bad that I was this close to not go out because it was so fucked up that I couldn't do it, that I never thought about lashes again. And then like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, my friend was like, hey, how is it that you have this blog and you don't know how to do freaking lashes? You should try them or not. So I bought a couple of Tarte lashes, especially the ones I'm going to use today are Center of Attention, which are kind of like the ones that you use for foxy eyes, because they are smaller at the beginning and then they get wider and longer at the end. Let me show you guys what these look like. So as you can see, I think I got a good pair for this. Like, there are a couple more, but I think this has the size that you want, you know, like smaller here and then bigger as it grows. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it based on the little tutorial that it has here. It says, trim lashes as desired. Apply a small amount of adhesive along the base of the false lashes. Then position and gently press the lashes just above the natural lash line. I bought the lash glue from the same brand, from Tarte. They're vegan. Also, I wanted to tell you that they're vegan lashes as well, so no animals were harmed in the making of this. Kind of looks like a black liner, and I chose it to be black because I thought it would be, you know, more natural looking. So I'm gonna follow that trick. It also says here on the instructions here, it says remove cap to apply adhesive with a brush applicator along the band of Tarte cruelty-free lash, adding extra glue to each end. Let the adhesive rest for 20 to 30 seconds or until tacky before applying directly to your lash line, starting with the outer corners. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. Does that fit into my eye as is? I want to see. Yeah, I think it does. Okay, I think I have to do my mascara before I start doing this. I'm gonna do my mascara and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, so I'm back with my lashes and a full belly because I just had dinner and desserts here. So I'm ready for my lashes now. Okay, so I've measured it into my eye and I don't think I need to trim it by any means. I think it is literally the perfect length of my eye, so I'm gonna do as it said. I'm actually taking you guys a little bit further away so that you can see like everything. So I'm gonna put this, you can comment down below any mistake you might see that I'm making, but I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna put more glue on the inner and outer. I didn't put a timer for this. Okay, I'm gonna start putting it in. Okay, wish me luck. Okay. Like, literally, this is crushing my inner corner, and this is folded down for some reason, so I'm just gonna take this off. Fuck, it already ruined my eyeshadow. I can see why anyone would want clear adhesive rather than black. Mistake number one. So I just cut this little size of lashes. I'm just gonna put a little more. Should I put more or should I just like try to put it in as is? I keep putting it so fucking close to my inner corner. Why? This is getting personal. I actually think I did it. I feel like I'm gonna fly away, but I think I did it. You just have to glue it a little bit more here and clean up everything. Okay, I don't want to make this video a million years long, so I'm just gonna fix this, clean up my eye, and I'm gonna do the other eye so that you guys can see what this looks with freaking good lashes on, and I want to hope to God that this goes well. Hope to God. Oh my god, I love lashes. Okay guys, so this is what the final look looks like. I mean, I put on, like I did my lower lash line. I pretty much used raw sienna and the darker brown, which was rustic. I pretty much used this too to do the eyes. I never ended up using Cypress Umber that I can recall. And honestly, I have so many good things to talk about like with these lashes. I mean, I'm not saying that they're expert looking, but I think it went on pretty well. I mean, it's the first time I've done lashes ever successfully. I mean, I think this is such a good brand, at least style to start with. Not the actual style, I mean, you can use with whichever you want. I would say like for beginner to start, I think the Tarte lashes were super good because the band was pretty flexible, I want to say. Like when I tried to put them on, it said to go at the outer and then go into the inner part. And with my last experience, what happened was that I would start doing that and then the band was so stiff that it wouldn't like bend into the inner corner. And I know you might think like, well, those might have been cheap lashes, but I remember them being like such a good brand back then, like a drugstore brand. And honestly, like I have no complaints. Like this is my first time, keep in mind, and they look freaking amazing in my opinion. Like I'm not used to this. I feel like I'm gonna fly away with these, but it looks pretty nice. I feel like it completed the look really well. Another tip, if you're gonna buy lashes, if this is your first time buying lashes, do keep in mind that they might look small in the picture, but they're longer. Like I thought this is the shape that you want, like, you know, starting small and then bigger, but this is way bigger, like way longer than I expected it. So if you're buying lashes for the first time, keep in mind they are really big, especially if you don't know anything about lashes. I think you should focus on trying to get the simplest one, and then you know, grow your way into like the big wispy ones. I do like these a lot. I had to cut them in because my nose is so big. My eyes end up too close to my nose. I know that that's such a weird thing to say because everyone has their nose in there, but like since I have a big nose, like I have a wide nose, the lash was kind of like crushing against the nose. And I know you might say like, oh, it's because it's too long, which could be the case, but I felt like I got the right length, but the wispiness was so long that it kept crushing against my inner corner, like my nose. So I decided to cut in like, you know, that side, so that's why it might not look like perfect. Definitely use a clear adhesive, like a clear glue, because when I started messing up, I started getting like black all over my eye. Like I had to clean it up a lot. But all in all, like it took me really little to get this done, like 10 minutes maybe. I mean, it was my first time and I'm super messy and I had to clean up so much of the eye, but I feel like it ended up really being really good, especially for it being the first time. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful in terms of how to, like, you know, manage the Foxy eye trend and kind of getting it done together, you know, to get that lifted look. I essentially feel like my eyes do look very lifted, especially with these on. I feel like it really does, you know, manage to pull the look together. I highly suggest the brow thing. I think Jamie Page has like a full-on detail of how to like cut your brows. I'm gonna actually link that below. But I think that's my favorite trick. Like it definitely lifted my eye way more without me having to do anything. And yeah, I hope you found this video insightful and entertaining if you're actually the first false lashes user. Definitely something I pay attention to. Like I I'm pretty sure that these, I bought the wifey lashes and I'm pretty sure that these are way too fucking long. They're gonna be too much because these are the most simple ones and I feel like they're really, really long. But all in all, I do like them and I plan on using them sometime soon. I don't know when, but sometime soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you found useful the tips and tricks that I gave you all. Keep in mind again that these are stuff that I kept finding on the internet and I just compiled it into one video. So if you did find this video useful and entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any tips on false lashes that you might have, because I'm a total noob when it comes to this. And subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!